In this episode of What's the Best Kayak for Senior Citizens, whether you're a man or a woman, we're going to talk about seats because it all comes down to comfort. Stay tuned. In this episode of What Kayak is Best for a Senior Citizen, let's look at seats because, granted, when you get gray hair, your back gets pretty gray too, and the need for support becomes absolutely critical. So I've got 4 different kinds of seats right here to show you. The first is in the sit inside kayak. Let's do a deep dive. Sit inside kayaks typically come with this type of seat right here. And you notice that your backside is down here at the bottom of the kayak where it's likely to get wet. And there's really no curve back here to many of these backs, and that means that they're lacking in lumbar support. Now, I've had a few videos on how to improve this that I'll link up at the end of this. But in my mind, this is a no-go because it's just not going to be that comfortable. You don't have that much adjustment with the strap, and you're kind of stuck with a wet backside. Let's go look at the next option, which is the base model that comes on a sit on top kayak. This is my tandem kayak, and it comes with this type of seat, and you'll find this on a lot of the lower valued kayaks as well, where it pulls up. You do have some adjustment straps here. Just like in the sit inside kayak, your backside is going to get wet, but what I did is I cut up a cushion here, and I put that in that's going to elevate my backside just a little bit and keep from having to press against the hard bottom of the kayak. Again, there are options for lumbar support that are do-it-yourself that we can talk about later. But again, the bottom line on this is that it's not much support. So let's get into aftermarket seats. The third type of seat available is an aftermarket seat, and this is a great example of one. It's got the cushion on the bottom to keep your backside from getting wet and give you just a little bit of comfort. But the nice thing about this is it's got a wide back that's going to kind of wrap around you when you tighten the side straps. Again, there's no lumbar support in this, but I'll show you one of the hacks I did when we get to the next seat, which is a real built-in seat. The type of seat I recommend is the real seat. This one on my Jackson has adjustment straps in the back as well as on the bottom to where you can fix it to where it's exactly the tension and configuration that you want it. Now, the other thing that I've done, this is just one of my hacks on lumbar support, is I got this inflatable pillow and I've strapped that in to give myself some lumbar support. Many of these seats come down to an abrupt angle right here and don't really support your back, and as we get older we need that type of support. There are thicker versions of this you can get if you need more support. My bottom line is, if you're going to sit in your kayak for any length of time, you need to get the best seat possible, because if you're not comfortable, you're not going to go out kayaking and you're not going to get the positive exercise benefits that we seniors need to keep us alive and able to open pickle jars for our wives. So that becomes an issue in terms of cost, because you're not going to get this type of seat on a real low-end kayak. You're going to end up more with the seat that I have here on my tandem, or you have to get an aftermarket seat, but even this is not as good as a seat with a frame. I hope this has been helpful and helps you narrow down the type of kayak you want to buy as a senior to get out there and keep enjoying the outside. Comments? Throw them down below. Thanks.